up on the mic, they gon' play it on repeat. Cash 100 milli check, I get paid just to breathe. Kill it 24/7, cause I slay in my sleep. Flames pipe down when I enter in the convo.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, when that fucking little person like held up that machine gun or whatever and whatnot and shit, I almost fucking laughed my ass off right there. I swear to God. Andrew, you have no idea what you missed out right there with that video, man.
I've seen it twice before, Jeff.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
You guys caught me in the middle of a coughing fit. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Sally. I watched your facial expressions during the video. I can tell you definitely enjoyed it. And I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying?
My camera's turned off.
Well, I told you already earlier today and whatnot how dope it was anyway. So you already knew. So you know,
my camera.
I'd already warned you. But anyways, folks,
you told me that her legs fell off. There was no gore.
No, I told you it was like a little person or whatever with like 12-inch legs.
You told me she had baby legs.
Yeah, baby legs. That's what that person had.
Oh, okay.
And a machine gun and shit and everything and whatnot. It was great.
That was disgusting.
Did you see the dude sitting on the toilet?
How could I not? I couldn't look at anything else.
Anyways, folks, shout out to the fandom and whatnot and everything. We are the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. I am Jeff S, aka True Knowledge. To some, lesser than others. And I am the humbled co-host of the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. Cybernetic Shark, my veteran YouTuber, content creator, good friend, co-host and whatnot, is not a part of the show this evening and whatnot. But he's here in spirit. And I love you, Cyber. But
wait, he's dead.
I do have, of course, the resuscitated Sally, the MCU girl, who's come out from hiding and decided to rejoin the content creation community once again. And bless us.
Nobody said that.
There you go. Sally's back. And Andrew from Geek News Now Network, who is also, Andrew, if I'm correct, you are the co-host and the host of like 2 pods, right?
I'm the host of one and then the co-host of another one. So we have I'm the co-host of my Star Wars show. It's called My Star Wars Show, but it's just a podcast where we just talk about Star Wars stuff. But I have no control over that. I'm the cybernetic shark to the other person who's Jeff.
Is it really just called That Star Wars Show?
It's called My Star Wars Show. Like yeah.
Hey,
not very original, I know.
No, that's a great title. I like that.
And then I host my own video game themed podcast called DuoSense. That's the other one.
That's right. No, DuoSense I know about and whatnot because that's what I actually checked out and actually listened to a couple of your episodes and whatnot and everything. Okay. I followed you and whatnot and I have you selected as like a I don't know one of my favorites. One of my favorites or whatever, like on Spotify and shit. Oh,
cool. I know that, Jeff.
Yes, most definitely. Yes, you are what honestly, you're the only person in my favorites. You're the only pod on there. So
there we go. There we have it.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, and just to put it out there, folks, when I actually recently checked out our analytics on Spotify, I don't know, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago or whatever, over a 7-day split and whatnot, or length and whatnot on Spotify, over like 150 plus plays of the pod, we pulled down 69% female slice of our audience versus 30% male. And over 60 days on Spotify, we pulled 63% female audience for our show. So on YouTube consistently now for almost a full year now, we've been pulling in anywhere between like 30 to 35 to 40% female audience on YouTube every month.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so
where are my women at? Represent.
That's right. I just want to put it out there
feminism
to all you like soft ass like PC third wave feminist like type chicks out there and whatnot that think I'm some kind of like chauvinist and some shit. Like I'm telling you right now, a lot of damn women like the bleeding edge. Just to be clear.
Also, you're an idiot. He's really nice.
Is this like some kind of like reverse psychology thing or something?
No. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think that overall, it's not because of anything having to do with me and whatnot that we do so well with women. I think it's probably more has to do with like all the great male guests that we have on and whatnot that are all stand-up guys and all the like really solid, like, valuable, like female guests that come on and whatnot,
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's probably at the end of the day, like what, makes them come around. But hey, you know how it is. Women like podcasting more than like YouTube or video content.
Really?
I can attest to this.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I think like probably 75 or 80% of all of the views on YouTube every day are like from men.
I didn't know that, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, YouTube is very male dominated. And our niche, like our market and whatnot, this kind of content that we do, this kind of fandom, MCU, DCU type stuff, is very male dominated.
First of all, do not say DCU in accordance to me. I only do the DCAU.
Okay. DC Comics, the DC universe. What's wrong with the DCU?
I don't like the movies. I like the cartoons better.
I don't know anything about the DCEU. I feel bad. I would love to go over on Williams Geek Gauntlet podcast with Shaw and Janae and like Kat, here and there, but unfortunately they cover all the CW shows, the DC.
The only good movie they've made in the past several years is Joker, and that's good because it's like commentary. It's deep.
Jeff's right. Actually, I'm looking at the stats right now, and it says like more than 46% of all podcast listeners are women. I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. Don't forget that one.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to lean. I didn't want to lean into the trope.
We listen to true crime and horror, and we know how to kill you and make it look like an accident. Don't forget that, Jeff.
Well, I just want to really quick point out that, of course, we will be getting around to doing a Thor 4 review at some point, probably next weekend or something. And if we're blessed and lucky, maybe we'll be able to get Andrew to come back on for a minute and whatnot for that and drop his piece and whatnot. But he already saw it. I haven't. I think I'm going to go tomorrow and see it.
Neither have I. I was going to go with my boyfriend, but he canceled at the last minute and said, "It looks horrible."
I don't care what you say, Sally. I don't believe it can be that bad.
Well, this voice also turned off Endgame, but I was also like, never mind. But then he tried to watch it later and turned it off later. So like, I don't trust his judgment.
Well,
although he's right about Halo.
I feel for you, Andrew. I know how it is. It's rough when you've already watched a movie like that or whatever, and then you come on a show like this, right? And you're not actually reviewing it.
You're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. It's tough. It is.
Wait. I do want to know one thing. Was Thor's ass censored in the movie or no?
No, it wasn't censored.
Good. I'm saying it.
No, he had a baby leg coming out of it, like that chick in the video that I play sometimes or whatnot with the baby leg.
How do you know? You haven't seen it?
Yeah, he's got the baby leg.
Wait, did they show anything else? Did they show anything else?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Sally. In a Disney movie, they showed a penis, a male penis.
They've done it before.
Yeah,
they've done it before.
They threw it in there.
Apparently, Disney used to own a porn.
Oh, I brought that back, Andrew. I forgot about that. I brought that back from Restream the other day. I stole it back.
Oh no!
I see.
That's where I misplaced it. It was on Restream that whole time. But either way, I'm taking a break with the "Bitch, I'm a Cow" video for a minute. Because I've overplayed that one for a minute, But hey, you know what? I've got some new shit. I've got some pretty fresh shit, Andrew. I do, just to be clear. So like my game's a little tight. My game's pretty tight right now. I've got some new bids.
You still gotta send me the Stevie Wonder thing.
Oh, I will. I have that one titled "Oh My God." That's why I have it called.
I don't mind the bits that Jeff has. I just mind the length of those bits sometimes. Some of them are like a minute plus, and it's like
they're like 3 minutes long. Yeah.
Did you like my intro music?
That was cool.
Who are you asking?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was cool.
You know what? They have some pretty dope ass hip hop and rap tracks and shit and whatnot on what do you call it? Artlist. They do. They've got some pretty solid artists on there and whatnot. It's a good investment.
Is that like a membership thing? Like you pay
Yeah,
monthly? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's like I think it's like $30 or $35 for the year.
It's like
and-
royalty free.
Yes, and
Okay.
and they actually when you download or upload the track, you could also get the licensing information for it and whatnot too, so you could actually prove that you have usership of it.
Cool.
So to start the show off, I actually have some throwback shit for you guys and whatnot that I think you'll dig. It doesn't involve any baby legs, or crack. Not today.
I swear, if it's the first Avengers, I'm going to.
If it's the first Avengers, what? Like what about? Like
if it's another review of the 10th anniversary of the first Avengers, I'm leaving.
What do you mean another
Okay.
one? How many has he done?
Like 5.
Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about?
I've been on like 2 of them. And then he's talked about the 10th anniversary of the Avengers like 3 more times.
I do not review movie MCU films like 5 times. I don't do that.
No. You talked about the 10th anniversary of the Avengers several times now.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
The 10th anniversary of the Avengers is a major thing. I think
It is.
It already
think-
passed too, didn't it? It already passed. Like that
Oh,
was
yeah,
It was
no,
May
it did.
12th or
It did.
6 or something.
We're in July already, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it is like, I honestly, like, I think that you could never like pay enough respect and give enough attention to that film, as far as I'm concerned, or talk about it enough.
True.
Oh shit. J Rent 2000's in the house. What's up, J
Hey,
Rent?
what's up?
LOL. Crying
What's
face.
up? What's up, my friend? I'm sure that Dollface Gamer, Liz is probably around there somewhere too and whatnot, and she'll probably pipe
shit.
in at some point.
Oh,
shit.
is it that couple?
Yes.
Is
Oh,
that
okay.
famous? Is that Facebook?
I've seen them on your shows before, but I've never been on at the same time as they have. I have seen them though.
How the hell does one?
What's going on, Joey? It's good to see you, man. But yeah, check this out, y'all. You're gonna love this. Love this. A little surprise for you. A little throwback.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us,
Hawkeye,
we could fight the battles
my other baby.
that they never could. In time, you will know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right.
Yes.
It's fair all the same. Ready?
I can't believe everyone's together.
Run from it. Lessons still alive. Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield. Home isn't something one considers for balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Who the hell are you guys?
visceral reactions.
Hey, honestly, you know, I like the other Infinity War trailer better. The one where it ends with Cap like catching Thanos' punch or whatever, you know, like his arm.
Yeah, that was badass.
That is a badass trailer, but
why did we watch that, Jeff?
well, you know why?
Joey wants to know.
I'll tell you why. Because honestly, you know, at the end of the day, right? It never hurts to like, you know, do some throwback shit, you know, here and there and whatnot, and remember like, you know, the highlights and whatnot and everything, and like the positive moments and whatnot and everything, and the other phases and shit and whatnot, right? You know, we don't want to forget about them.
Is that why
And whatnot.
your intro for a couple months was Stevie Nicks because we like throwbacks?
Whatever.
Just like the white wing does.
I've only used that Stevie Nicks intro a couple times or whatever. You know, but either way, who cares? Stevie Nicks was beautiful. Well, she's still beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah,
How
she
dare
is.
you?
But she was like stunning when she was in her 20s, man. She was stunning. Like
I probably wasn't thought of for about another 40 years at that point.
40 years.
So
I'm very fond of that whole intro and whatnot, that dichotomy of like Stevie Nicks with like some hardcore rap music and shit with it and whatnot. Sally, I like that.
It's really, it is a little weird. It's a little off-putting,
Yes.
but it's kind of like it's like French fries with ice cream. Like it shouldn't work, and yet somehow it does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I just like.
Why did we watch
cream.
that, Jeff? Why?
I like unique shit. You know what I mean? So, but no. As far as the trailer reaction goes, I love trailer reactions. I do of the old Marvel movies and whatnot and everything.
Same.
Like when I need something to like to get me like going or whatever or whatnot, or to motivate me or whatever, you know, like besides Bandmade, like I go to like the trailer reactions of like Infinity War and Endgame trailers. You know?
Endgame for me does it, I think, a lot more just because by the time we get the Endgame trailers, like we know how high the stakes are.
Yeah.
And so
same.
so the whole like I tell people to move on, but not and then like, they'll just say not us, and all that and stuff. And
I cried like a baby at Endgame 5 different times.
I think twice for me. The first time.
5 different times, and only one of them was happy. One of them was happy tears. The rest were just utter despair.
Well, either way,
I bet you guys can guess which one was happy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The big moment, yeah.
Yeah, when Tony died. No, I'm kidding.
well, no, but either way,
It was for me. It was the hug. The hug. It's the one I'm thinking of. It's the hug that kind of made me like.
What, Peter and Tony?
Yeah, when he's just talking and then he just hugs him like mid conversation and like he's just in disbelief and I'm like,
The dance made me cry happy tears. The rest of the movie was utter despair for me.
That's fair. No, I cried a little. I think I cried a little happy when Thor was with his mom again. I think that kind of was a big thing.
No.
He's like, I'm totally from the future. He's like,
I am totally from the future. It's okay, so am I.
I watch a Fleetwood Mac review.
I'm with you on that, J-Rap.
I want Jeff to remake that commercial with he's on a skateboard with the cranberry juice, and Jeff just like strolling down a highway. And he just has his phone pointed at it. Jeff, can you do that?
I would.
Yeah, I'm working on that. That's gonna be my next goal. My next big goal.
Oh, no.
There. You called it, Andrew.
All right.
Nobody wants to see this.
Did we just have a frozen moment there for a minute?
It did for me. It froze for me. I got worried for a second.
Oh man, that was intense.
Nobody
But
wants to see this.
no, I like these trailer reactions and whatnot and everything. And I thought, why not like do something throwback, you know, just to like make things interesting and whatnot, right? And hey, like I don't care. Those trailers still stand up today. Like they're still good. They're still effective. You know? And you called it, Andrew. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not really honestly like, oh shit, Sally. You're like black.
So is
there you are.
Andrew. What the fuck?
I'm right here.
No, you're not. What the fuck?
Oh man, what's going on here?
Oh shit.
There we go.
I think I've been cursed.
Uh-oh. Jay Rent is asking why Jeff played that. Like, why did what?
Cyber.
Just
Why
English.
did Jeff play that? Like, why did?
just for the
English motherfucker, do you speak?
back on.
Okay, what the fuck?
I have no idea what happened. No clue.
Andrew's waiting. What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
I just saw Jay Rent ask something, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know who Jay Rent is, but they asked why that, Jeff.
And I said, English motherfucker, do you speak it?
It's more like it wouldn't be a bleeding. Oh, technical difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. I mean, honestly, Andrew, I finally figured out how to connect my modem directly through a what do you call it?
Ethernet cable?
Through Ethernet cable right to my MacBook. So
I'm
not using Wi-Fi anymore. Like I'm using direct I'm using the direct internet right from the modem. That was weird. I'd never had that happen before, really. I'm not sure what happened. It could be, you know what? I did a failed reaction video, a band-made video reaction collaboration recently with this fucking like clown ass dude. Dude? I'm gonna put it out in a minute. Like, it's
I picture like white paint on his ass. So
the
like,
first like the I
picture Pennywise.
The first 15 or 17, 18 minutes or whatever, are like a normal reaction type video, and then like after that, it's just like flat out like him talking shit to me, and then him and I arguing and like like talking shit to each other or whatnot.
Why does this always happen to you, Jeff? You always get in fights.
No, like honestly,
because he's so.
No, honestly, Andrew, it never occurred to me ever that I would ever have a failed reaction video. Like, how can you fuck up a reaction video?
Don't react to any music. Just react to each other.
What in tarnation?
I should have known that this dude was bad, and he was not, and he was bad news and whatnot. When at like the 11 or 12 minute mark or whatever, right in like the middle of the recording and the reaction video and shit, he just like walked the fuck away and took a piss. Straight up.
Hey Jeff, when you gotta go, man.
Like he just like
wear a diaper if you're gonna be doing podcasts.
He was straight up. He was like, "Yo, I gotta fucking piss," and he just like took off and like left me hanging and shit, like in like straight silence, like by myself, like in a recording and whatnot. And like I'll be honest with you, man, in my years of content creation, guys, I've never had anybody do that before ever. So like
says, "Hey Jeff,
hey Moose,
what's up, Donna?" I should have just went ahead and killed it right there and bounced on him, but. Unfortunately, I was trying to be a nice guy.
The show must go on.
So I tried to keep it real and whatnot and everything. And, unfortunately, the guy turned out to be a fucking joke. So, I normally wouldn't put something like that out on YouTube and whatnot because I'm not about the negativity.
Oh, my God.
But this fucking, like, clown-ass joke of a dude fucking actually told me to put it out on YouTube. So I'm going to.
That's funny.
Yes. He told me.
Was he like, put it out, I dare you? Or was he like, put it out, I want
people he was like, people are going to see that, like, that you're a liar, you're dishonest, and you fucked me over and all this shit and whatnot and everything. He said that I should have paid him to do the reaction video with him.
What?
Yes, he wanted to be paid.
Because you're monetized now.
No, because like apparently he's like some kind of like musician or some shit. I don't know.
What?
He only works on gigs. He doesn't do benefits.
Who knows? You'll see when I put it out and whatnot. Like what we're working here with this fucking clown ass joke.
That's gonna be fucked up.
This guy's legitimately an ICP juggalo person, like, and he's like 30-something years old. Like, yo, I stopped fucking around being a juggalo and shit when I was 14.
You were ever a juggalo, Jeff?
Yeah, when I
You
was
were a
14.
juggle.
When
Did
I
you
was
do like
four-
the face
Yo,
paint and everything?
When I was 14, I was down with the clown, bro.
Down with
You
the
know what I mean?
clown.
Yeah, I was down
I'm
with the
down
clown.
with a different clown, but it's because I'm a monster fucker and I want him to fuck me.
Well, either way, I
Have
was
you
down with the
seen the
clown.
Pennywise dancing clown? Have you seen that man's teeth?
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, I never saw.
I've seen gender bends of Pennywise. That's the only ones I've seen.
I didn't see the recent the recent movies or whatever, but I saw the '80s like version.
Tim Curry. Oh my god. Mwah.
You know,
I still like Bill Skarsgård better. Skarsgård better, but that's because he's a little sexier. But Tim Curry, perfect actor.
And Andrew, as far as the reaction videos go, you made a really good point.
I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
I was going to play the Avengers Endgame trailer 2 or trailer 3, whatever it takes one and whatnot. Because that one it's disgusting. It really is. But unfortunately, the reaction collaboration or whatever that I downloaded was too long for StreamYard, so I couldn't upload it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a compilation. So, but that trailer, you're right, Andrew. Honestly, it's not as like exciting as Infinity War trailers are, but on a different level because like the energy was different with Endgame.
Yeah,
Those
it's
trailers,
much more somber. Yeah,
they were more powerful. You know, they really were. And the
did I just
build
out
up,
myself as a monster fucker? Sorry.
the build up in that trailer, that Avengers trailer and whatnot and everything, like in that trailer, the way they escalate it and build it up to the end, when everybody finally says whatever it takes and whatnot, was just unbelievable. Like, talk about good timing, man. Like, what a good trailer.
Or just the part where Black Widow's like, "Is this gonna work?" He's like, "It has to." Like, or else I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know what
I'm
I'm gonna do if I don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
if it doesn't.
Hey, Charlotte, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Charlotte is a very attractive lady friend of mine and whatnot and everything that lives down here in Southwest Florida.
Okay.
She's somebody who actually physically knows me. Not just the legend, not just the myth, the actual like the like true knowledge, like in person. You know? But no, as far as moving on from the Infinity War trailer and whatnot, the reaction and shit.
Charlotte, send 2 winky faces if you're here against your will.
Oh, stop. I don't need to kidnap women and whatnot and everything.
Thanks.
Oh my god, you should see the
Charlotte.
size. I'm telling you right now,
Right.
y'all should see the size of this fucking sex toy that this chick left at my house a couple weeks ago. This shit is massive. I swear to God, it's like 2 foot long.
How does she? You know what? I don't want to know. I
It's
do not
huge.
want to know.
I'm not even sure what you do with it. Like, I don't know. I don't see how anything about it is productive or positive at all. But that's just me.
I mean, is she a porn star?
I don't know. I just know that like the size of it makes me feel insecure a little bit as a man. It does. In a way, it does make me feel a little insecure. But
think about it. She left it at your house, which means she probably doesn't need it anymore.
oh no, are you kidding me? No, there's not a sex toy like known to man that is as good as me in bed. Are you kidding me? No sex toy can do what I can do to a vagina.
Oh, she's in 2 faces. She's here against her will.
I am like, I'll tell you right now.
She blinked twice.
I am like legitimately. I play at the highest level, so I ain't even joking. But no, that's you know what? Hey, this is a Disney friendly program here, folks.
No, it's
so
not.
I will not be discussing any of my intimate affairs or whatnot during the show. You know, that's private.
I think it's a little too late for that.
Yeah. It's been. I outed myself as someone who wants Pennywise to eat me out. So, like.
Well, just so you know, my Tuscan translating has been getting better. Like I've been still working on it and whatnot, taking my classes from Phoenix University online. Yep, to learn Tuscan, so I can like translate for the Sand People. You know, and help them. You know, do business.
University of Phoenix teaches that class, but okay.
Yeah, they do. They teach Tuscan.
Okay.
All right, Charlotte. I don't know anything about emojis. I gotta be honest with you, but
she blinked twice. So I said blink twice if you're against your will, and she sent 2
emojis
with their eyes closed.
I do not have her. She's not kidnapped. I promise. But no, on a legit level, honestly, let's go to Miss Marvel Disney Plus series. Sally, I know you only watched through episode 2, but Andrew was in the comment section and whatnot and was very opinionated the other night and whatnot when we did our episode 5 review. So I just wanted to ask him kind of really quick. I guess now that I've got a chance to actually like talk to you in person, sort of like Andrew, what did you think overall of episode 5? Like, how would you grade it? And like, I mean, overall in terms of like the series through episode 5, like, how do you feel about it? Like, are you enjoying it? Like, you think it's how do you think it compares to Moon Knight?
All right, that's like 3 different questions. So I'm gonna try to address them in order.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to pile on you like that.
All right, okay. The first one you asked, what I think of episode 5. I actually really enjoyed it. I was listening to you guys kind of being like I didn't need the history lesson in the background, but I think you kind of do need a little context for that whole thing, what happened like 80 years ago or whatever with Aisha and like all of that, because for the Pakistani community, the I forgot the word, but the division thing. What was the word? I can't remember the word, but it was like the division of what became Pakistan and India is a huge part of the history of a lot of Pakistani people. I have a friend of one of my cousins who's Pakistani, and like the same thing they say, it's true. Like no one has a good story of that. Like it affected all of them in different ways, mostly negative. And so I thought that was kind of important because it has to do with the origins of like the Bengal and all that stuff. So I enjoyed that. I felt like maybe it went a little too long with like the great grandpa and the great grandma, a little too long. But I mean, with a show like this, that's the only way you can do kind of stuff like that. Like you can't fit that into a movie. So it being like a 6-part miniseries, it kind of like lingered a little bit longer than it should have, I think. But your second question was, what do I think of the overall show up to this point? And I think it's some of the best Disney Plus material we've gotten so far. I know a lot of people are extremely on the negative side and are extremely on the positive side. I lean a little more positive. It's very refreshing. It's very different. This whole phase 4 is like super, super experimental with like I guess going into your question about Moon Knight, where remember like those first two episodes of Moon Knight where we kept getting like him just kind of like waking up in random spots and like the audience is like what's going on, right? Having to piece that together. And they're just like this is the MCU's kind of like indie experimental like phase, more so than like the first 2 phases, which were very kind of cookie cutter. And then phase 3 is like the highlight so far with everything that happened in phase 3. I think those were some of the best movies in phase 3. And now phase 4 is kind of like what else can we do now that that's over, right? And so you see that a lot with Miss Marvel. You see that a lot with Moon Knight. Definitely with WandaVision, how out there that is. Loki with like the Miss Minutes and all this like multiverse crap, right? Like all this stuff is like very unorthodox for like a comic book like series. So I like it. And then to address your third question, I think you asked so the show, I've read the first run of Miss Marvel, which is about like 17 or 18 issues. And it's only up until I think when she flies to Pakistan, like up before that, everything was just like that first comic run. And then it kind of diverges and does like stuff from her like later comic runs with her like meeting the Red Daggers and stuff. Like that's not part of the original comic run. It's like a couple years later in the comic universe stuff. So it's kind of all over the place, but they've taken so far like the best aspects, I think, for the show. So overall, I'm enjoying it a lot.
You know what? And that's great. And I think that, and of course, I'm going to go to you, Sally, even though, I know you haven't gotten as far as Andrew and I have with the series. I do want to get your opinion and whatnot and everything off what you did watch. But honestly, Andrew, I think that as far as I'm concerned, I'm not trying to say that I think that Miss Marvel is the best thing ever or something like that or whatever, or whatever. But I do think it's legitimately as good of a series as Moon Knight was through episode 5, at least is good for me. Like as far as entertainment value goes, like watching it.
You hated Moon Knight.
I didn't like Moon Knight. No, I was not happy with the story at all, the way it ended up. I thought the finale was very disappointing. I did.
I'm a little nervous about that because so far, like when it comes to, I'm like nervous about this coming week just because I'm like, is it going to stick the landing? Is it going to stick the landing? Because like so far, I think outside of Loki, none of the shows since Loki for me have really like nailed that landing.
No, I mean, Did you agree with me and whatnot when I said the other night when I said that if that had been the finale, I would have been very disappointed?
Yeah, because there's no like major climax. It's kind of just like we call it like a lore dump of like the stuff in the background. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense as a finale because nothing gets resolved. So
no, but you're right about that. The finales, unfortunately, of these Disney Plus series and whatnot, for the most part, honestly, have been sort of like lackluster at times. And even with the Loki series, I mean, they went in like a really, really interesting, different direction with the finale.
Yeah.
In contrast to the rest of the series, you know what I mean? They went in like a totally different like place.
It's like it's kind of like watching like a gymnast, right? They do like the twirls on the bars, they do everything, but then like if they don't nail that landing, then like they get docked hugely for like the overall performance. So it's like you got to.
If they don't nail that landing, they break their ankles. Actually.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I think if anything, the fact that I think that honestly people kind of over like value or overinflate He Who Remains in the finale. What's his name? The actor.
What are we talking about? Loki?
It's like
Tom
yeah. No, she's telling about He Who Remains.
Jonathan Majors. Jonathan
there
Majors.
You go.
Yeah. Jonathan Majors is a great actor. He is.
I forgot what your question was.
He's very talented, but I don't think that he was like Oscar worthy or award winning worthy or whatnot in the finale of Loki. I don't.
It's a really short part, I think, so far. So.
Did you guys have a question for me or no? I forget what it was.
I do. But no, Sally, why did you decide to stop watching Miss Marvel at episode 2?
Very personal reason. So I was watching episode 2. I was enjoying it. And I got to like the beginning of episode 3, and then my mother came in. My mother, not Kamala's, and yelled at me to do something productive. Go make your bed, go do your laundry, go do something productive. Because my partner was going to come over the next day. And it was like 1:00 in the afternoon, and I hadn't done anything to prepare my bedroom for my partner. And I realized, oh my God, Kamala's mom's a bigger bitch than mine. I can't watch this.
Why are you now calling your boyfriend your partner or whatever? What are you trying to be sophisticated or some shit?
It changed.
Did you grow up? Sally, the MCU girl? Like when I was looking or some shit? What happened? My friend. Use it.
Don't make me laugh.
Use all these big people words and shit and whatnot with us.
Okay, fine. My boyfriend. Sorry.
Okay. Well, look, I don't think Kamala's mom is that bad. They're just very strict.
She was a religious Muslim Islamic mother. A lot of don't mean to stereotype anybody, Asian and Indian and Islamic and stuff. A lot of their mothers are like that. Don't mean to stereotype, but it's a stereotype for a reason. And my mom is not any of those things. She's so crazy. She can probably hear me right now. I don't give a fuck.
I doubt she's as crazy as me.
No, she's worse.
Because I am like legit crazy. But no, that's another topic for another conversation.
She's a prude.
As far as I'm concerned, Sally, you should have stuck with the Miss Marvel series because it is actually a decently done series. It's well put together.
I'm not denying that. I liked what I saw. I just was like, Kamala's mom was chewing her out for some reason, and my mom was chewing me out, and I'm like, okay, Kamala's mom is worse than mine. If I watch any more of this, I'm gonna get fucked up.
Well,
she's actually, I don't think so. Like many spoilers, like she's not that unreasonable.
No,
the show. Yeah.
No, and their relationship actually gets better.
I think you just saw her at her worst moment. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, and my mom's always at her worst moment.
I think you should go back and finish the series and whatnot and everything, and you'll actually end up enjoying it. I do.
I think you said that about Halo too.
Well, I mean, I had not even finished Halo.
To be fair, there are no bitchy moms in Halo. There is technically a bitchy mom, but she's not a mom.
I have nothing to say about Halo because I have not watched the rest of it. I don't know what happens throughout the rest of the season yet.
Neither have I.
I'm still like episode 5, so
I'm still not watching it, and I still skipped.
And I don't think it's that
Oh,
bad
damn it.
either. It's not that bad of a show. It's actually pretty decent. I think it's okay. But
Okay.
no, Miss Marvel's not a bad show. And you know what? I'm not
You
trying
heard
to
it
toot
here
my,
first, folks.
I'm not trying to toot my horn, but a long ass time ago, like I don't know, 8, 9, 10 months ago, on as a guest on the podcast of Champions and a couple of other like creator shows, and on here, I said flat out vocally multiple times that I was very highly optimistic about the Miss Marvel series. I was.
Did you?
You did.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes, I
I
did.
don't remember that. I remember you
Yep.
saying this is going to be garbage.
I said I was very highly optimistic, and I thought it was actually probably going to end up being a really good show. I did. That's what I said.
Oh, someone else said it was going to be garbage.
So, and you know what? That's how things have turned out. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be surprised if the finale is actually really good. You know, I think that
You heard it
they,
here first, folks.
Okay.
You heard it
Hey,
here
Here's the
first.
question.
Andrew, they did a really good job building up a lot of speculation throughout the series to
Mhm.
where in the finale, all they've got to do is pay that off.
Just show
Right.
her in the suit. Show her in the suit.
Yeah, yeah.
Will it be WandaVision level good? Or will nothing ever be WandaVision level good?
There's
I don't know.
there's no comparison between WandaVision as a series compared and Miss Marvel. There's no comparison.
It's like comparing
True.
steak to lobster. It's like they're two different things.
Yes, Elizabeth
True.
Olsen.
Also,
and go ahead.
WandaVision has the luxury or the advantage of being longer than 6 episodes. I think that kind of helped it out too.
What?
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah. It was like 10.
9.
9.
Having 9 episodes in a series versus 6 is a big deal. It really
yes,
is.
it is.
And on top of that, they also had Paul Bettany and Liz Olsen in that series. You know, and hey,
Mhm.
hats off to the fine young actress that plays Kamala Khan in the series and whatnot.
She's
Um,
great. I love
yeah.
her.
Yeah, she's very good. She's very talented, especially since that was her first role. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
high
like,
school,
I'm
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her.
but she's just flat out not as good as Elizabeth Olsen is.
I found out today that Florence Pugh is only like 3 years older than me. No, 4 years. 22, 26, 23, 4 years older than me.
Okay. And you're surprised?
She's so talented.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I've never watched any of Florence Pugh's other films, but I've heard nothing but great, like, rave things and, like, reviews from other people about, like, her performances as an actress overall.
I still gotta watch Midsummer. I've heard it's so fucked up.
Like, apparently she's really talented.
She is.
Jeff, have you seen the recent pictures of Florence by any chance?
You know what? I actually, no. Are they by any chance, like, in a swimsuit or something? Or
A little more than that, I think. If you have a
Is she
chance,
naked?
practically. She wore a dress to some kind of like fashion show, and like you can see everything underneath, dude. It's like it's like almost transparent.
Well, you know what? She has
Okay. Hold on.
she has a very interesting, like, unique look to her and whatnot, and unique shape where
She's wearing pink, Sally. She's wearing pink. If you can find it.
she's not
Okay.
tall, she's not long,
Oh,
and she's not curvy, but at the same time, she's like kind of compact and short,
oh man, it's censored.
and she has like very nice, like, not large, but like very nicely sized cans. She does, you know, and she's got a nice
Everything's
ass.
censored. That's
She got a nice
sad.
ass too. But no, actually, to tell you the truth, Andrew, Art Stanton months ago
Hey,
told
Arch.
me that I should consider doing intro videos where if I'm going to use women in them, I should always go ahead and use like Marvel actresses, right? Like in the intros, you know, instead of
She's so
like, you know,
pretty.
instead of Julianne Moore or whatever, or Stevie Nicks. So at that point,
Wait,
I
you
went-
used Julianne Moore for some reason?
yeah.
Oh,
You
I
never
know
saw
that.
you never saw me. Well, you know what? Those are my Bleeding Edge reaction intros.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I use Julianne Moore. I paid a licensing fee to actually get a shot
Oh,
of
yeah.
Oh,
her
found one that's not censored.
from the Boogie Nights film. I actually had to pay a $20 licensing fee to be able to have access to be able to use it.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. But yeah, this is it right here. See?
What is that from, anyways?
Boogie Nights.
Oh,
Found
okay.
it.
I never seen it. Never seen it.
Good movie.
That's with the Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Great movie. Really good movie.
Jeff, check your phone.
For what?
Sally sent you the image, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty revealing, actually. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I found the uncensored version.
I didn't even know she had like a septum piercing. I didn't even know that.
She had it in the.
So, one of Robin's water department behind my house getting dick, and his head dicks up. You do know I live here, right?
She said the house was empty. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought my friend was.
She thought her friend was there. Or some shit or whatever. I have no idea. I don't know. She was on her knees and everything with that dude. I'm not sure what was going on there. Andrew, what was that, man?
I think it was pretty obvious what it was.
Oh, man. Sally, you should have checked that out. You could have saw some new shit.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some serious adult action going on in that video clip.
How could you tell I wasn't watching?
And that, I'm telling you right now, that chick's excuse of that, or like her friend was there or whatever and whatnot, was really logical. You know, like really makes sense too. Like, why the fuck would your friend be behind somebody's house or whatever? Or whatever. Who knows? Don't even know. Very confusing. Very confusing. Very confusing. Okay, so I'm looking at the picture right now. All right, right off the bat, I don't like the pink. I don't like the color of the dress. And as far as like, you know what? Honestly, Andrew, I'm not sure how I feel about these see-through dresses and whatnot and everything with these actresses and whatnot and all that. They don't do anything for me. I don't get it. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to be.
She looks uncomfortable.
I think Jeff is just so desensitized at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
no, well, you know, part of it is the fact that when you see a lot of times women that go with these like C-lists or whatever, like type dresses.
She's like wearing like sheer, basically. It's sheer.
Yes. There's not at that point, there's nothing supporting anything or like propping anything up and whatnot, like other outfits and dresses do with women.
Yeah.
There's nothing that accentuates anything.
Yes. So at that point, you're working with like the flat out, like, you know, legit, like nude, like body of the woman without any like actual like accessories to boost up their shit. You know, so I mean,
So you're criticizing Florence Pugh's tits on.
well, no, I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying
I'm
that
still staring at it.
they don't look very healthy or like impressive at all, like in that spot. You know, I've seen them better. I have. They've had better days in other pictures I've seen.
Where?
I've got them. I'll show you. I mean, I'm telling you, I've got intros coming up of like, or I've got Sharon Carter in a swimsuit.
Emily Van Camp.
Yep.
She's flatter than whatever her name is. She's flatter than Carol Danvers.
I don't even want to hear it. I think Emily Van Camp is very attractive.
He said, "I don't want to hear."
I never said she wasn't. I just said she's flat as fuck. She's an ironing board, man.
That's okay. She's so pretty, it doesn't even matter. She's that attractive as far as I'm concerned. And she has a great personality too, I think. I don't know her personally, unfortunately. Oh, you want to see Charlotte?
You want to see what?
She wants to see the picture of Florence Pugh.
Okay.
Charlotte is a very impulsively sexual person at times.
Throw it up. Throw it up. Throw it up on the screen. I dare you.
But she's got a really nice, she's got a really nice, big, curvy, fine ass. Though I'll tell you that right now, she does. It's a plus behind. It is.
Who are you talking about again, Jeff?
My friend Charlotte.
Okay,
the one in the comment section. Okay, does she have that Pixar animation ass?
Does she have what?
I heard Victorian something.
Pixar animation.
Pixar animation.
She's got the kind of butt that where like
you can play poker on it.
Yeah. Let's just say that you know, in the right positions and whatnot and everything, and with the right angles, it's very exceptional looking, you know. But hey, who everybody has their own opinions. We're all individuals, you know, and if you like Brie Larson's flat ass,
I don't. I never
good,
said I did.
good for you. Good for you. I respect your opinion. I do. But anyways, so overall, what do you think, Andrew? Sally, you haven't watched enough in the Miss Marvel series to be able to really give an opinion on this, I don't think.
I'm here against my will.
But we're going to move on.
Twice. She blinked twice.
So we're going to move on, and I'm going to get you into something. We're going to get into something where I can get you in on it. But Andrew, what do you think? Overall, do you think the Miss Marvel series is going to end up being better than the Moon Knight series?
I mean, it already is. So even if the ending is bad, it's not going to be like Moon Knight, like giant kaiju fighting over a pyramid bad. So all they really have to do is just do the bare minimum, and they're already better than Moon Knight.
Yeah, the finale of Moon Knight was all over the place.
Like from the way the show started, Jeff, from like that first episode, even the first 2 episodes, I would have never expected the show to go off the rails.
No,
like four episodes later.
No, that's exactly what I thought too. I was like, "You okay, Sally?"
I'm dying.
I mean, we're all dying.
No, honestly,
faster than others.
Andrew, I agree with you 100%. At the episode 2 mark of the Moon Knight Disney Plus series, I was all in, and I was like, you know what, this is going places. Like, I like where this is going.
Right.
If I start coughing randomly, I have a cold.
But unfortunately, after episode 2, it just went downhill.
Really? For me, it was after episode 3, because I think episode 3 was the last one where it was still like a coherent story.
Yes.
And then after 3, I'm not really spoiling anything, but
episode 3 was the make or break episode. And then
I agree.
4 and 5, they took Khonshu out of the series. There was no actual Moon Knight at all.
For a show called Moon Knight, there's remarkably very little Moon Knight in it. Yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, moving on from the Miss Marvel Disney Plus series, which I don't know the accurate details about, but I guess I heard got the worst reviews ever of any Marvel Disney Plus series.
Which one?
The Miss Marvel series.
No, I don't think it got the worst. It had the least. It
had the least
first day viewings. Yeah.
Oh, statistically.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's because Disney did the really weird thing by simultaneously airing it with Kenobi, which I think kind of stole some of its thunder. Because when they've done past Disney MCU shows, they usually don't stagger it with another big property at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like overall, in terms of I guess again, as far as the Miss Marvel series goes and whatnot, I feel like they really don't have to work that hard or do anything crazy to be able to make the finale good. As long as they pay off what they've built up and they fill in the gaps for us and whatnot in terms of the questions with damage control, what they're all about and whatnot, who's behind them. You know what I mean? What's their goal? Are they Skrulls or some shit? Some people think they are.
I don't feel like we're gonna get that. I don't feel like we're gonna get that damage control payoff because it really feels like they're more this is where they're being shown off first, kind of a little cameo kind of special thing, and then we're gonna build on them with other stuff. Because I feel like as long as they give us the suit, as long as they give us that final shot of her on the iconic light post thing facing the city, as long as they give us the payoff with Kamran. I feel that's all they really have to do. And I don't think we're going to really get answers for damage control. I think that's kind of that's probably going to be a post-credit thing or a mid-credit thing, I think.
Okay, that's fair. And we'll see what happens, I guess, I mean, the finale will be out in a couple days and we'll see what happens. But,
right.
Oh, so, didn't the Miss Marvel series start off with the best Rotten Tomatoes rating of ever or something like that? Didn't it get a 96% Rotten Tomatoes from jump?
No.
I actually don't remember for sure if it did.
I'll Google it.
I could have swore it did. I really could, but but either way, like I said, moving on to a topic and into a segment where we can actually get some of the MCU girl more involved. MCU fans from the direct.com.
96 Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, 96%. Yep. See, that's not. I don't think that's logical or makes sense to me. To tell you the truth, it's not that good.
I thought it was a solid first episode.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? Again, as far as Marvel with the trailers goes, the Miss Marvel trailer is awesome. It's great.
All right.
So, again, from the direct.com, MCU fans criticize Phase 4 after recent releases. And I felt like this is a really good article that can segue the three of us actually having a really solid conversation about where you two are at with Phase 4 and with Marvel right now, where you're personally at, how you feel about, about what they've given us in like the last year or whatever, plus, in terms of like the productions and whatnot, the releases. So, because at the end of the day, I didn't need this article and whatnot. I've been listening and hearing like people in the fandom saying they're pessimistic and they're confused and
2 out
like,
of 10.
and they're like, and like in Renee's words, Loki's mom from the podcast of Champions, she like very much like wishes that Marvel and studios would just flat out make it clearer what their plan is for the future,
Agreed.
like where things are going,
Yeah.
like what's the next Avengers team going to look like, kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what she
Yeah.
wants.
Quit wrapping it in mystery.
So, bottom line, I think it's a good conversation to have because, again, there is a lot of pessimism right now. There is a lot of unfortunate, disappointment with some of what we've gotten recently from Marvel. But based on the article, Marvel Studios is bringing more content than ever before in Phase 4, with a dozen projects having debuted in theaters and on Disney Plus over the past 18 months alone. Even though many of those entries have yielded some incredibly positive results, some MCU fans have started to criticize the long-standing series for its increased output compared to its quality. Good point. After the MCU delivered on such massive scale at the end of Phase 3, with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, expectations went through the roof for the future, especially following an 18-month delay in releases due to the pandemic. Since MCU output restarted in early 2021, reactions have varied widely for both the movies and the TV shows. For every fan favorite outing like WandaVision or Spider-Man No Way Home, there have been other entries that haven't hit the same mark, such as What If and Eternals. This wide variation in reviews continues to be the case deep in the heart of Phase 4, as Marvel is almost at the end of its run of Miss Marvel on Disney Plus and days away from releasing Thor: Love and Thunder in theaters. In recent days, fans have taken to social media to share their thoughts on these varying results from Marvel Studios, some high, but others not so much. Marvel fans' thoughts on the MCU's Phase 4. So, what we got here? Marvel fans took to Twitter to share their criticism about Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically including comments on Miss Marvel and the upcoming Thor: Love and Thunder. From Drippy Darkside, called Phase 4 a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
When looking at how the past 12 MCU entries have landed with fans, NGL Phase 4 has been a mixed bag, to say the least. From Nikita Alexia, still loves the content coming from Marvel Studios, but expressed concerns that it feels rushed at the same time. I fear they're rushing Phase 4. Don't get me wrong, I love content, just not rushed. At Simply G, noted the bad reviews that Thor: Love and Thunder has gotten thus far, called the MCU's Phase 4 the weakest in the theatrical department. Love and Thunder is getting pretty bad reviews, LOL. MCU Phase 4 has been the weakest from the movie side. At the Unknown lurks only got into a couple of the shows and called the rest of the group cringe or boring, largely complaining about the issues with Marvel's use of CGI. MCU Phase 4 has been quite mid-level, to be honest. Only enjoyed a couple of the shows. Most have been cringe or boring. Quite a few of the movies have been meh. And the CGI, though all of this has been significantly worse than previous phases, why is the MCU going backwards as a whole? Jacob Hurley's 53 didn't hold back in saying that Marvel really fell off, saying that Phase 4 doesn't live up to the standards that the Infinity Saga set. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these actual critiques, but Phase 4 continues to divide MCU fans. The MCU has had its up and downs for more than a decade. After all, with nearly 36 movies and TV shows, there are bound to be some that don't land with everybody. While these complaints are certainly important to consider, some are even valid. Marvel continues working through a new phase of filmmaking in a post-pandemic world. Advances in technology like the volume still have an effect on how movies and TV shows are made, and Marvel has made a concerted effort to let its filmmakers do what they do more than in the past. Even though award winner Chloe Zhao's vision didn't resonate with everybody after seeing Eternals, she was allowed to make the movie that she wanted to make. The same can be said about horror icon Sam Raimi with Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and even Oscar winner Taika Waititi with Thor: Love and Thunder. And Marvel appears to be standing behind its filmmakers as they move forward. Which, I mean, honestly, who gives a shit? I mean, if the movie sucks, who gives a shit if they gave the director free reign? Like, who cares?
If it's bad, it's bad. It doesn't matter what the director did. It doesn't matter. You could be the best director of all time, and you could still make a shit movie.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. I don't know, Andrew. You get where I'm coming from with this. I'm not impressed by that whole deal. Like the fact that Marvel has given these directors these hands-off approaches and whatnot, and let them do their own thing. Like, how is that even a good thing?
I mean, like it's kind of like what I mentioned earlier. I think this is the kind of not indie, but this is like the more artistic phase of Marvel, where like let people kind of express themselves, do their own thing. And you're right. I mean, I think there was I'm trying to remember which Marvel movie changed hands. Like, I think Doctor Strange had Multiverse of Madness had a different director originally.
Scott Derrickson.
Thank you. Yeah. There you go. And I think they let him go because that's one case where they weren't allowing him to kind of just do whatever he wanted. I think where they, I think there's like certain things you have to make sure like make sense, not just for the film, but for the rest.
Sinister too.
No,
I don't.
I think
that was someone else.
I think a big part of it was, to tell you the truth, is that simply, unfortunately, it was a bad timing thing for Derrickson. You know, at first they were fine with him doing his own thing with the film. But when they decided to go ahead and make the multiverse thing a trilogy with WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange 2 as like a 3-part series, at that point, that had to change the dynamic of Doctor Strange 2. It had to, you know. So at that point, they came to him and said, "We want you, I think, we want you to change certain things. We want you to change the story. We want a different villain. You know, you have to use."
They made Wanda the villain. It was not a good.
Yes, and in the original Derrickson Doctor Strange 2 script, and like in his story, Wanda like was not. If she even had a role in it, it was not a major one. You know what I mean? Like she was not supposed to be a big part of the film. Nightmare was supposed to be the villain of the film.
I would have liked that better.
I mean, so honestly, like at that point, they got Sam Raimi. They brought him in because Sam Raimi was perfectly happy and willing to play ball and do whatever they wanted him to do.
Right. So
and yet they say they gave him free reign.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like, it's like, is it free reign or is it not free reign then? Because like they canned one of the directors because they wanted him to compromise on his vision. So it seems like for some of these films, it is free reign, and then for some of them it's not, or it is with like an asterisk, like within a certain confine of what is considered free reign, right? So, I mean, they're taking a lot of chances with a lot of these directors, like Chloe Zhao. Who's the new one they got for Cap 4, which I guess is another article we're going to talk about in a little bit.
We'll talk about that in a minute, yeah.
Yeah, how they're kind of going with very non-traditional directors, or going with directors who come almost from the community they're supposed to represent, sort of, in a way, for like that film or whatever. So like for I don't remember who did Shang-Chi, but like so for a lot of these like newer post Endgame films are being very creative, and like that first tweet you mentioned where it's like it's a mixed bag. It's definitely a mixed bag because like you have your hits like Shang-Chi or like some of the other ones that work, and then like your ones that don't really work, which are like What If, and I think some people would argue about Moon Knight being like not a. I mean, that's another one, right? Moon Knight, I think like the director was somebody who worked on like smaller stuff up until this point. So they're focused on getting people that should be either familiar with the source material or people who represent or are of the same background as like the main character of that series, but it's like it's very loosely kind of disjointed. And I think a lot of people post Endgame are kind of like Sally mentioned, like, what is this building up to? Because part of the enjoyment is knowing, like, getting the nods and the references, like, oh, like this is going to be a big thing later, or that thing's leading to this, and you kind of just like, are we leaning Young Avengers? Are we leaning Thunderbolts? Are we leaning multiverse? Like, Kang, it's like, it's kind of like all over the place. There's no direction, I think. Or if there is direction, there's more than one direction, and it's just kind of confusing.
Everything was connected at first, and now it's just they care about, and I can't take credit for this statement. My boyfriend's cousin said it in a very heated argument we had about whether or not Moon Knight was garbage. They care about quantity over quality nowadays. They care about pushing out more and more stuff, but they're not competing. They're not able to compete with their older stuff because they cared about quality back then.
Well,
back in Yield 2019.
Well, hold on. They're only releasing 3 films this year. That's it, right? Now the Disney. That's yeah. But I mean, in a perfect world, they'd like to get back to making to dropping 4 at least a year. Like they're planning it. They've already said they plan on getting back to that. They do.
Yeah, but are they going to suffer due to all of these changes that have happened?
It worked in phases 1 through 3.
Yeah, but you didn't have the Disney Plus back then during phase 1 through 3 either, though.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of complaints now about. I'm sorry, Sally. There's a lot of complaints about how. Did you see that Reddit thread going around, Jeff, about like some of the CGI artists who like are contracted out for like Disney for a lot of the Marvel projects, and they're kind of like tired. They're like kind of sick of it because they say like that Disney's like horrible with like their tight deadlines, and like that's why like a lot of like they're very indecisive. They're very indecisive.
They're not sorry.
That's okay. They're very indecisive with their like art direction for some of this stuff. So like they have to like okay, this is fine, but actually we want this like at the last minute. And so a lot of the CGI artists who are working like not for Disney directly, but for like their clients and stuff are like saying like that's why like a lot of the complaints about like She-Hulk and the other stuff about how the CGI is like not up to snuff is because they're doing so many projects where like I think that there's a Reddit thread about this CGI artist who's like, oh, like Marvel makes up like more than half of our contracts or whatever. And like, it's just way too much for us to do. And they want these tight deadlines. And so that's why you're seeing like that really subpar CGI effects on a lot of the stuff.
They overwork and underpay their animators because they know that they can, because they could hire anybody. They could get anybody through the door, because who wouldn't want to work for Marvel?
Have that in
portfolio. Who wouldn't want to work for Disney?
That's true. I mean, hey, right now, Marvel Studios is the destination. It's the spot to go, to be. I mean, they basically dominate the entire film industry at this point. So,
I think they're going to fall out of favor.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be a while, though, because they're still making hand over fist money. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? Like, listen, I have definitely heard legitimate complaints from some very valuable people and good friends and good guests on the Bleeding Edge, like Renee, Lord Deathman, Arch, Alexis, where they have like themselves pointed out and whatnot that they feel like there's a lack of like connectivity with like the different productions and whatnot, like we used to get.
There's also a lack of chemistry in the actors. Like they don't care anymore.
The interconnectivity used to be like the staple of the first 3 phases, like that was a reliable element for fans.
Yeah, you couldn't watch one and then watch the next without watching the first one.
And unfortunately, the bringing the Disney Plus series into the play has affected that connectivity. It really has.
Yeah.
It's I mean, hey, there was no way around the fact that the Disney Plus series were going to be like a whole new concept for them. They were going to have to try and see what happens and work out and whatnot, It's a great vehicle. It really is. I mean, honestly, if they're used the correct way, those series, they can be a very, very positive and like good vehicle to do an origin story of a character, or like a villain, for instance. I'd love to see them actually give like Dr. Doom his own Disney Plus series. Like, why does it have to be heroes that get series? Why can't it be villains?
That'd be pretty sick. That'd be cool, actually. Dr. Doom miniseries, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
But would it be after he's Dr. Doom, or is this like an origin story you would want?
It'd be the origin story.
Okay.
So Sally, what are your thoughts on again, taking into consideration what you've seen and haven't seen and whatnot and everything in Phase 4? How do you feel as a fan about the direction that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going right now?
If it keeps going the way it's going, I am going to cut off my Marvel tattoos, just rip them off my skin.
Are you still confident in Marvel Studios?
I haven't felt inspired the way I did when I saw the Avengers, Captain America, any of it in a while. And it's hurting. It hurts.
Well, yeah, but logically, there had to be a letdown and a slowdown after Endgame and Infinity War. There was no way around it.
Yes, a letdown, not several letdowns.
Sally's gonna have to be just Sally the girl.
Hey, when you build something up to the degree that they did with Endgame and Infinity War, where things reached the level of like craziness and like fervor that was out there culturally and societally for like for those films to come out. I mean, like the buildup was like tangible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was visceral. You could feel it. The energy in the fandom. Endgame was like a goddamn societal like game changer.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody saw it in theater.
Yeah, I cried several times in theater at Endgame, and if I could tell 19-year-old me that the payoff for all of this would be disappointment after disappointment, she'd probably punch 22-year-old me in the face and say, "You're a liar. Stop lying to me."
I saw it 3 times in the theater. I've never watched any film 3 times in the theater except Endgame.
Yeah,
I've seen several films 3 times. I saw Ant-Man. I think I saw the first Ant-Man 3 times.
If I had the money, I would have seen it more than that.
I saw Civil War 3 times, actually.
I wish I would have saw Infinity War 3 times. I only saw it once and it was awesome.
I saw Infinity War. This is the best movie experience I've ever had. Opening night at midnight with my dad. Best movie experience ever.
The only movie I've seen more, Jeff, than Endgame is probably in its theatrical run is Top Gun Maverick, because that's a phenomenal movie. Saw that one 4 times.
Oh my god. My favorite singer of all time has a song in that movie, and she did the score.
Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Yes.
you saw Top Gun Maverick 4 times already?
Yes, sir. It is a phenomenal film.
Oh my god, I gotta see it.
So good.
I want no context. I do want to see it for Lady Gaga.
Was Tom Cruise like at the top of his game or what?
No, it's just the cinematics. The whole the way they shot the whole movie. The story is very simple. It's very easy to understand. It's pretty much just the chemistry between the actors, and everything in that film is just the quintessential summer action flick for me. It's so good, Jeff.
Speaking of Tom Cruise, do we have a release date on MI7?
Yeah, I think it's at the end of this year, and then because it's part 1 and then part 2 is next year. It's a 2-parter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw 6.
I didn't see any of them. I'm just going because of Haley Atwell. I say that about every single movie, but
she's in the trailer. I remember seeing her.
I legit said that about Cinderella. She died in the first 10 minutes, and Christopher Robin. I only saw those movies because of Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell's in MI7?
Yeah, she's in the trailer for the part 1.
She's she's like a love interest or something.
Her and do you know Vanessa Kirby, Jeff? The girl from the Fast and Furious spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw?
No.
Okay. She's also she's a really great actress. She's really cute too.
Was Hobbs and Shaw that TNT legal show?
No, Hobbs and Shaw was the one with The Rock and Jason Statham.
Oh, what did they do with it?
The Rock looks like a giant thumb.
Did they make another movie with them?
It was a spin-off. It was a one-time spin-off, yeah.
Oh, okay. But bottom line, I mean, at the end of the day, again, you got to be realistic here. Marvel Studios is just simply resetting things, and they're restarting their formula, just like they did in the first time.
So it's a soft reboot, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're following the same formula that they did in phase 1 through 3. I mean, They're
No,
starting, but I'm looking. I mean, listen,
No,
they
they're not.
at the end of the Infinity Saga, they ended up in a situation where we lost almost all the original 6 Avengers. Those
Yeah.
characters had to be replaced.
Okay.
There has to be new characters.
Yeah, so they're doing more origin stories.
They are.
But they're kind of being carried by the current characters, so it's like we're not going to just throw in the new characters. It's like here's like, you know, this person's learning on the job. We're not going to just throw them out there. They're like, shadow me, shadow the main character, and then like pick up on what I do, and then like you'll be able to carry this forward like once I'm done, kind of thing.
I mean, Florence Pugh carried Black Widow on her back, so like, I hope it doesn't hurt that bad.
Well, either way, I think that overall,
But she carried Hawkeye too. Girl needs a back brace from all the
well, I'll tell
carrying
you right
she's doing.
now. You know, just really quick, I want to mention that for those of you who didn't hear me say it before in the past, I definitely, without question, gave my Monica Rambeau award for the Hawkeye series to Florence Pugh. You know,
Yeah.
and Yelena Belova. She was literally like a
She was the
force.
best.
She was a force in that
Yes.
series. Like her energy was just like infectious.
She was so cute too.
Everything, Kate Bishop. She's like, why do you keep saying my full name? She's like, Kate Bishop, Kate Bishop.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm in love with you, Kate Bishop.
and you know what? I want to be
Oh,
optimistic. I want to be optimistic that they're going to figure out how to make Echo work better in the Echo series, like as opposed to the Hawkeye series, because Echo is a character in the Hawkeye series was pretty flat.
Yeah, she's kind of boring.
I'm not
Very
actually.
one note.
I'm not that interested in that show, honestly. I think the only show I don't plan on watching is probably that Agatha one. I think that's the only one that I do not care for.
Agatha was so cool though. She was such a snake.
I don't know. I just don't care to see a whole show just about her though.
See, I actually like
No, I
mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I like Agatha Harkness. I like the actress that plays Agatha.
She was cool.
Yeah, she did a really good job, but I was not happy with the use of Agatha as the main villain of WandaVision. I did not like that.
Well, if you think about it, wasn't Wanda the villain though?
No,
I'm joking.
In the finale, it's her. It's literally like she's the bad guy. You
I
know,
know.
like but no,
yes,
like,
it is.
I mean, I personally am looking forward to the Echo Disney Plus series because we're going to get Daredevil and the Kingpin in that series.
Oh yeah, I saw that was confirmed. Yeah, coming back.
I'm sending the link to.
I'm literally looking at the story right now. Like Daredevil stars Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio returning for Marvel's Echo. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that article too.
Shut. No, shut up.
Ron says the Monica Rambeau Award is the highest honor. Is that like an inside joke? I don't get that.
The Monica Rambeau Award is the award that I give in every Disney Plus series to the biggest standout impact secondary character in the series.
Oh, okay.
You know, the one that like actually the one that steals scenes from like other actors
should be the main character, kind of.
Sort of, yes.
Okay.
So like it started with Monica Rambeau and WandaVision. She was the standout secondary character of the series, obviously. Right? And at that point, you know, I created the Monica Rambeau Award.
Who deserves it in Miss Marvel?
Honestly, you know what? That's very tough. I'm not even sure if anybody deserves it at this point.
I like her friend.
Bruno, maybe Bruno.
I feel like
Bruno's her friend, right?
Bruno's he's the white guy.
My boyfriend's here.
He's very like underutilized, I think.
Yeah, I would have to say that Bruno would get the Monica Rambeau Award in Miss Marvel at this point right now. In the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, it was John Walker.
That's fair. Yeah,
in Loki, it was Sylvie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know,
really, not even Mobius. I think maybe Mobius.
No, and What If it was Ultron?
Okay,
yep,
that's fair.
Yep,
Ultron's a little bitch though.
Ultron for me, Ultron honestly saved the What If series for me at the end. He did.
Doesn't change the fact that he's a little bitch.
And he was really good. And he was he was great in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, he was. Doesn't change the fact that he's a little bitch boy.
Why?
Because it was made by a little bitch boy. Oh shit.
Okay.
I just called my
Well,
boyfriend's favorite a
Either way,
little bitch boy.
Ultron's not a little bitch. Like Ultron's actually
Yeah,
pretty
so I'm
badass.
confused. I'm like, what? Did we
Yeah.
watch the same show?
Yeah, like Ultron pretty much just like stomps ass like whenever he pops up.
Age of
So
Ultron was-
He like throws Captain Marvel into a planet and then like
Honey.
just blows her up with it.
Sorry, I'm talking to my boyfriend on this live. Babe, you fell asleep during Endgame. Sit down.
okay, well,
He said Age of
so
Ultron was good.
bottom line, I think that look, we got the Fantastic Four coming out soon in the next couple of years, right? We're gonna get the Blade solo film, which is in production now officially.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yep, it's in production. So we're gonna get the Blade solo film. That's gonna be really big. That's gonna be a really big step for Marvel Studios and whatnot for them to finally head in the direction of going into like the whole
Darker, mature.
yes, the MonsterVerse, the more graphic, type of like stuff, like the occult kind of stuff. And
Jeff, are we still supposed to get that werewolf show, whatever, this year?
yes,
The what?
Is it a Halloween special?
I haven't heard anything about it other than just people talking about it, but no, officially recognized Disney response.
There's a Werewolf by Night special that's going to be coming out at the end of the year.
I don't know what Blade is.
I'm not sure if it's going to be out for Halloween or not, but they are doing it. Yes, they're doing it they're officially doing it.
Speaking of Halloween, remember that idea I had, Jeff?
No.
The one where we get a show together and we talk about Marvel characters and how they would end up in saw traps and if they would escape.
I must have stopped at the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway or something for too long that day. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You said it would make a good live stream, but not.
Well, either way, bottom line, I think that again, as far as Blade goes, Sally, look, take my word for it, okay? Blade is an awesome character. When he's done right.
Was he that guy in the Twilight meme? The black guy with the sunglasses?
Yes.
How Twilight should have ended. Yeah, that makes sense.
He was the guy that did the end credit scene with the Black Knight that like essentially was like that saved the Eternals.
Yeah, but he's not featured. It's just his voice off screen, basically.
That's how bad the Eternals was. Just his voice as just audio was like more impactful than like anything the movie did.
Jeff, I hate to do this, but I actually have to go right now.
That's okay. You know what? Honestly, Andrew,
family thing right now. But
hey, we're at the 1.5 hour minute mark, so I was going to go ahead and kill it there anyway.
Oh, okay. So then,
thank God.
I'm getting to the parking lot a little earlier. That's all.
I'm getting embarrassed.
All right, guys. It was fun. Jeff. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
All right, Andrew.
I'll see you around, Sally. All right, you guys take care.
Peace.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, fuckers.
All right, Sally, you gonna ride this out with me?
Yes.
I appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just wrap it up and whatnot and get out of here in just a minute. We're not gonna stick around.
Okay. I gotta explain shit.
I think an hour and a half minutes is perfectly like long enough for like a live stream show.
Yeah. So he wants to know if they really announced another Blade movie.
Yeah, there's a Blade solo film coming out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, most definitely.
Babe, are we saying that? He has one more question. Jeff, how do you feel about Star Wars?
Baby leg, hang out to shit like. I'm recording her. Hey yo, how long? My child. This is not my child. No, it's not.
Are you gonna help me?
Yeah, you gotta give me change.
I don't have change.
What happened to you?
Are you gonna help me?
What happened to you?
I don't know what happened to me. They said I got raped.
What?
Can you help me, please? They said I got raped. They said I got raped. Can you help me, please?
Oh my God. This is so what? This is good footage right here. Hey, yo, come on. I'm gonna help you right now. Come on.
Where are you gonna help me?
I'm gonna go get change for you.
Okay,
Hey, miss, you got change for a 20? You got change for a 20?
They said I got raped. I don't know what's going on.
I'm about to help you right now. Relax, yo.
Way to embarrass me, Jeff.
Sally, when are you gonna start rocking baby legs in your shit?
I'm not.
Come on now.
You don't get to see my shit, first of all. You only see me from like here up. So no.
Okay, so how do we feel about Star Wars? Honestly, brother, you know what? I'm not a huge Star Wars person.
He's
like
calling me right now.
I like Star Wars, but I'm not very knowledgeable with Star Wars. I've never read any of the novels. I didn't even watch all of the recent trilogy movies that came out. I didn't watch them all. I only watched one. So, you know, I mean, overall, like, hey, I thought the Boba Fett series was pretty good. I liked it.
Oh God.
You know, it had its like highlights and its low points. You know.
He just called me.
Okay, that's fine.
Probably to talk about what a dick you are. No.
It happens, you know. It's all right. You can call him after the show.
Okay.
No. Honestly, the baby leg thing. I think, you know what? I mean, honestly, I'm not that hit. Like, so, like, you know what? Maybe that's a new trend.
I mean, I have like earrings that are like baby hands, but no baby.
Maybe that's a new trend that's going on. That's like the dope shit, the new shit.
I mean, maybe if it was like bones. That sounded so fucking wrong.
Like bones?
Like a skeleton hand. Maybe then I'd put it in my pants.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'd have like a skeleton hand hanging out.
When a nigga for my ass, we gon' pay for it to put it back in. Put my leg on the headboard, leave the other leg on the mattress. Look down at him while he's smacking, get them headshots like an actress. And my baby like that, except when we talking. My wrist is crazy, tell me smack on when we talking. Started to laugh, she said what's good, she throwing that ass. She said quit running, I'm holding it back cause I can hold it back with. Really got nothing to hide. They crazy niggas told them both.
Oh, I think Sally was embarrassed because she actually taught that chick those dance moves, unfortunately. So Sally could not handle accepting the personal responsibility in that situation and whatnot of actually having been like a part of actually you know, why that like drunk ass like no talent, like can't dance at all type fucking like jazz going on with that chick. Like fell out so badly, you know. But anyways, folks, I just want to really quick shout out my co-host Cybernetic Shark for being a good sport and whatnot, and a great team member and shit, and jumping in the comment section tonight and whatnot, and spreading love. I love you, Cyber. You're a good friend, my friend. You're a good co-host. I'm very lucky to have you. And I want to thank Sally, the MCU girl. And I want to thank Andrew, of course, from Geek News Now Network. I always enjoy having him on the show. He's a great guy, great person, great guest, you know, always has really solid, valuable things to say at the end of the day and whatnot on the panel. You really can't, you know, go wrong with him as a guest. I'll tell you right now, you know, if you're a creator out there, if you have a pod or a YouTube channel or whatever, a live stream show like ours, you know, you could do worse than grabbing Andrew real quick as a guest, you know. Hey, bottom line, shout out to the fandom. Stay optimistic. Keep your hopes up. Don't give up. You know, stay positive. There are better days ahead of us in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios is not done. And they haven't even gotten started yet. I'll see y'all later, folks. Peace.
Every day of the week. If I hop up on the mic, they gon' play it on repeat. Cash 100 milli check, I get paid just to breathe. Kill it 24/7 cause I slay in my sleep.